Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I did a everyday makeup look a little more on the glam side of things. So yeah, if you're interested in watching how I do my makeup on a day when I want to wear a little bit more than just mascara and concealer, then keep watching. Okay, so I'm first going to start out by using the Born This Way concealer by Too Faced, and I apply that under my eyes, a decent amount, around my nose where it's red, any places I want to conceal, on my chin, and then under my cheekbones, because then when I contour it gives a nice contrast between the bronzer and then the lighter spot of contour. And then I'm just gonna go in and blend it all away. Okay, now that I have blended everything out, I'm gonna go in and take the Laura Mercier setting powder to set everywhere I concealed into place. I poured way too much in here. But yeah, so under my eyes, and get a thick sheet of that under both of my eyes to make sure that it doesn't crease throughout the day. Under my nose, those red spots that I just covered up. And then my chin, and any on those blemishes too, to make sure that they don't fade, and then my cheekbones as well, to just emphasize that contrast between light and dark on my cheekbones. I think you've got that, Lara. Okay, next I'm using the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills on my eyes, and I'm going to start by applying Vermeer, which has been used a lot obviously, all over my lid. Okay, now that I have that lighter shade on my lid, I'm going to put a darker color in the outer corner, and I'm going to use Cypress Umber, and that's like a brown color, and I just put that in the corner so that my eyes are more snatched. Okay, now that that's set and I use my finger to blend out the edges, I'm going to pop the lightest color into the inner corner of my eye, which is Tempera on that palette. Just putting that in to get a bright pop on that inner corner. I think it makes a difference. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my eyelash curler and curl my lashes so that they are ready for my mascara application. So I use the Lash Sensational Maybelline mascara on my eyes, and I try not to apply too many coats. I more so just try to curl it into the base and then go from there, so hopefully getting that bigger lash effect without it getting clumpy. And then once again, I go back in with my eyelash curler once they've had time to dry a little bit, and this helps them really curl. Now it is time to wipe away my bake, which by doing my eyes while it's baking, I think it gives enough time to really set it into place, and I'm making sure to brush it upwards so that any like residue from the eyeshadow is swept away, and then I do that on my cheeks as well, brushing it upwards. I just think it pulls the face up. Who knows? And then I just brush it all around. If there's any like residual powder, it sets it all in. And then I take my smaller brush. I'm showing them for size comparison. I take my smaller brush that's a little bit thinner, and I take my Hoola bronzer, and I put that on my cheekbones. And I know it looks crazy harsh right now, but I promise it'll come together. You just have to trust the process. I know that looks insane, but I believe me, it'll come together. Now I'm going in with the Gold Rush blush, which is from Benefit, and this has like highlighter in it, so I really love this blush, and I'm putting that on the apples of my cheeks, and then I'm also putting it on my nose to give like a sunburn kind of effect. Apples of my cheeks again, and trust me, this will look a lot better, and on my forehead as well. Okay, now I'm just taking the brush I used to wipe away my bake, and I'm just trying to even out the bronze and make sure it's not super harsh. Now I'm taking my Becca highlighter in the shade Opal, and I'm going to put that on top of my cheekbones so that it catches the light. And then I'm also putting it on the tip of my nose, and then make sure to pat that in. I've had so many times where you can see the 3 dots, so you really want to try to blend that in. A little bit on the bridge of my nose, and then I usually take the excess that's on the wand and put it right above my eyebrows, and then on my Cupid's bow. I think just any point of your face that protrudes a little bit looks good with highlight on it. Next, I'm moving on to brows, which is honestly my favorite part of my routine because I think they're so important. It makes such a difference just brushing them upwards. It just pulls up my whole face, so make sure you brush them up, and then I'm using the Bravo conditioning primer from Benefit to set them into place. Okay, now that those are set, I'm going to line my lips. This is another part where you really just have to trust the process. I know it looks crazy and like I overline them, and that's because I do. And I'm not trying to be Kylie Jenner, but you know, times are tough out here, and just trust the process. This is now me saying, I know they look crazy, so please don't laugh at me. Then I use Kylie lip gloss in the shade Cocoa, and I put that all over my lips, and I love the gloss. It's not super sticky, so it smooths out really well. And now I'm just using my finger to just clean up those crazy overdrawn edges on the top and bottom. And I think it looks a bit better now. It's still a little red around my lips, so I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and just kind of blend out those edges so they're not so stained with lipstick. Okay, now last part of my makeup routine is setting my face. So I use the All Nighter setting spray from Urban Decay and just mist that all over, which is just the best part. Okay, so that's the finished glam everyday look. I hope you guys liked watching, and I'll be back for more videos soon.